Hi Beeville, this is Cindy Clark from PAC-B TV, and I'm here right now at WT Brews in Beeville, and I am with Randy and Lizzie from Rotary, and we're here tonight for a great cause, and I am going to let them turn it over to you so they can explain exactly what's going on, okay? Randy, why don't you let us know what's happening here?
So today, October 24, is recognized by the World Health Organization as World Polio Day. Rotary, since 1988, has had as its #1 international project to eradicate polio. It would be the second disease ever eradicated from the planet, and we are still this close, but we have more to go. We need to be vaccinating about 400 million children a year for the next few years, because for the World Health Organization to say we are truly polio-free around the world, we have to have 3 years of 0 cases of wild polio. This year so far, only 9 cases, and only in Afghanistan and Pakistan, and we have volunteers on the ground there doing vaccinations. It is difficult work, but there are 400 million children around the world that really need continuing vaccines over the next few years. So Rotary is committed to see this through to the end.
Very good. You know, I always had thought that the polio was done, but I was so surprised to learn that it's not.
Yeah.
And even a small percentage is way too many.
That's right.
It certainly is.
That's right. There were 6 cases worldwide, 5 in Afghanistan, 1 in Pakistan, June 1st. There are now 6 in Afghanistan and 3 in Pakistan, and the way I figure it, that's a 50% increase, and that's way too many.
Way too many.
3 children more is too many.
Yes.
1 child more is too many. So we have to keep up this fight.
I agree, and I commend you for doing that. And Lizzie, now can you tell us a little bit about what we're doing here right now as far as the whole event?
Yes, so the event tonight is hosted by Baldwinsville Rotary. That's the club that I'm in. We've been in Baldwinsville for over 50 years, and we've been doing this event in partnership with WTs, I want to say 4 or 5 years at least.
Yes.
And they're extremely generous. They let us bring in guest bartenders like yourself, and all the tips for the bartenders tonight, when people come in and get their great beers and wines and drinks, are going to go towards eradicating polio. And the best part about when we fundraise is we actually have a 2-to-1 match from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So everything we raise here tonight will get tripled.
Oh.
Yeah, so you know that's a great investment.
It is.
I was not aware of that.
It is.
I did not know
Lizzie.
that.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we encourage everyone to come on down tonight. It's a beautiful night. Look at it out here by the river. It's gorgeous. The ducks were just quacking and interrupting us. So come on down. We've got great drinks for a great cause.
Thank you so much for coming, and like she said, like Lizzie said, come on down to WT Brews. The event goes on until 9 o'clock, is that right?
9 o'clock tonight, yeah.
Come on down and join us, and for a great cause, and you have some bartenders. I'm one of the guest bartenders. Maybe it'd be better to wait till a little bit later when I'm done. But anyways, come on down, enjoy yourself, and have a great time for a great cause. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
I have on display here just some numbers. The important numbers are the people. So in June of 2019, in the Rotarian magazine, there were 18 million people not suffering from polio because of the work that Rotary has done since 1988 when it started its official campaign to eradicate polio. Today, that number is 20 million, and that's according to the World Health Organization. So Rotary clubs like Baldwinsville, districts like 7150, and the other 525 districts and 36,000 Rotary clubs, you're now accountable to 20 million people who are not paralyzed, not suffering from some sort of polio disease. But the reason I wear this shirt and the reason I pass around this display is if you look at that young man's finger, and where is Jennifer? Show me a little finger. When we do a national immunization day and immunize maybe 1 million children in a third world country, every one of those children, they have their little finger dipped in pink. And that's how we know they've been vaccinated. The challenge is we need to do 400 million children around the world for probably the next 3, 4, or 5 years to bring this to zero. So, the good news is, in June of this year, there were only 6 cases of wild polio virus that had occurred on this planet. In 1988, there were 355,000 a year. So we've done 99.9% of the job. The problem is, the bad news is, that as of last week, there are now 9 cases. Now quickly, 9 is a 50% increase over 6. We cannot stand that. Those are 3 children that shouldn't shouldn't be battling polio. That's 3 families, or how many of their families. It's something that we have to really commit ourselves to. So, where's Roseanne? This is Roseanne Wicks. I understand that she's been talking to Lizzie Martin and to some people from the Baldwinsville Rotary Club about an interest in becoming a member of that fine Rotary Club. And I commend them to you, and I commend Roseanne to the Baldwinsville Rotary Club. She's agreed to wear an End Polio Now pin. And she has also agreed, she gave me her credit card, foolish woman. She signed up to be a Polio Plus Society member several weeks before she became a Rotarian, and I salute her for that. I salute her for her commitment. So I would like you to also wear this. It says Polio Plus Society Rotary, because you are one of a number of people around the world who have made this commitment to pledge to Rotary, to the Rotary Foundation, to the Polio Plus Fund, until we get to zero. So, thank you, Roseanne, for that. Just quickly, so Roseanne, here's your next opportunity. Let's hope she still wants to join Rotary after this. So, there's always more. So I'll forward this on to President Doug, but in our district, 7150, which is 41 clubs, about 1,000 Rotarians, we are doing something called Give Me 5 for Polio. Between now and the end of February, we would like every Rotarian in our district to donate at least $5. To get to 5,000, then we will donate to the Rotary Foundation from District 7150. As you'll learn from Lizzie, as of July 1 next year, there will no longer be a District 7150, so this is a legacy donation we're making. We will be part of a larger. I'm glad you know you started it tonight. Thank you, Jenny. Good. And so that's something that's ongoing. And then this gentleman has a 5-minute story, but let me read you a different story. This is called Polly's story. Nothing could stop her, not even polio. When Polly Hinks was 7.5 months pregnant, she was diagnosed with polio, and she spent 6 months in Yale New Haven Hospital after her daughter was born. She recovered but retained a limp that lasted the rest of her life. When her limp worsened, she had to use a scooter to get around. This didn't stop her from advocating for an apartment complex in her hometown where people with wheelchairs could live independently, or for volunteering at the local hospital. This is the most important line, ladies and gentlemen. When she was 85, she joined the West Hartford Rotary Club to support their efforts to eradicate polio worldwide. She loved a mission of service, end quote, said her sign, and Rotary's service above self motto became hers. She was a spokesperson in the district to end polio. She led the parade of clubs at the End Polio Now baseball game at the local minor league baseball stadium. She became the epitome of what Rotary is all about. So please support Polly's wish. Help to eradicate polio by supporting the Polio Plus campaign. Let me introduce Bill Welch. He has an even more important story to tell. Bill.
Hello, everyone.
Speak really into it, Bill.
Hello, everyone.
There you go.
Good to see everyone here. I'm going to immediately date myself and go back to 1954 when I was 8 years old. I had a very active cousin who was about 30. Survived the war, married Barbara, had a little real estate company and 3 young kids. And on a Sunday, he felt a little queasy, and it got worse through the week. On Thursday, he was diagnosed with poliomyelitis, and on Monday, he died. So, as if that wasn't bad enough, that Thursday, his wife Barbara was diagnosed with polio. Not as bad. It went right to Michael's lung. He didn't have a chance. But with Barbara, it went to her lungs, and she ended up in an iron lung, much like this John here. She was in the iron lung for 2 years, and with 3 little kids, that's the only thing that really kept her going. And a very active caregiver and nanny. Around 1958, I believe, technology luckily caught up with her, and she was transferred to a chesturator, which is this huge breastplate thing. A huge breastplate thing. It was in a hospital bed with a compressor underneath, and did the same thing that the iron lung did outside of that can torture chamber that it was. So she was like that until 1962. The family had almost had a celebration where she could sit up, but she never walked again. She kept alive just for her kids. The kids turned out kind of okay. One of them sort of disappeared. We don't know where he is. But anyway, it's a real killer. It's not exactly, as some of you remember in those days, you probably remember like another kid in school that had metal braces on his legs, but that's about as far as it went. But people died very quickly from this. So that's our family story. I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad I'm here. We're all here for the same thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. So I would urge you all to continue to be generous, as I know the Baldwinsville Rotary Club and Baldwin Rotarians are. Support the district initiative for Give Me 5. Do whatever you can to make people aware that, yes, we don't have polio cases in this country. Until a year and a half ago, when a person flew into our country who'd been exposed. So they're aborting ticket away, my friends. So we need to be vigilant in our country and in every country, but we need to immunize the kids. So with that having said, please be generous in that tip bucket tonight. Be generous to the Rotary Foundation in any way you can. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for letting me share.